I'm gonna make him an offer again.
All the gin joints and all the towns and all the
Can't
world.
handle the truth. Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the
Frankly,
war
my dear, I don't give a damn.
That's where the fun begins.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
We are live, Act 4 and Act 5 preview. We're almost to the end, Dylan. We're almost there. We've wrapped it up. Woohoo.
Yay. Yeah.
Yeah, you were a big component of the last week. Oh, look. The Diva has finally graced us with his presence. He wins the belt that he's been chasing his entire career, and he finally joins and adds himself to the call. Wow, what a bold strategy. Wins the singles belt and feels like he can show up whenever he wants and does whatever he wants. Interesting development that we got there. Breaking news: we're stripping him of the title. Yeah, so but we had a fun overall Act 4. We're heading towards Act 5. I get to this point every year that I am just ready to be done. It's sooner than normal, but still, the sentiment still stands that I am done it. Me and Brian are probably both want to be done editing. You guys want to be done writing questions.
Oh, yeah.
So overall, what we want to be done with dealing with competitors complaining. It all just like builds. Like at the beginning, we're like, "Oh, fun to be back." Middle, we're like, "Ooh, that match was really cool." Near the end, just let's be done. It happens to us all. Biggest matches happened this past Monday. Future versus Bring Out Your Dead for the tag team titles. Probably, again, I don't keep track like all these psychopaths in my writer's room. Huh? What did you say?
Incredible match, genuinely.
Oh. Wins the title, he also interrupts people. Man, no respect coming from the champions camp at all at this point. But we'll learn on that. Plus, his Wi-Fi's behind. I can already tell. I've been around him enough. Anyways, very impressive match.
Money.
More interruptions. I swear that you're going to be suspended by the end of this live stream. But no, I don't keep track like the sickos in the writer's room that like track like the percentages and like, oh, what was the most in this match was great. This was stuff. But this is probably up there for my match of the year, just watching it and editing it. It started off, I was real worried after round 1. I saw a 6-5 score, I think it was, and I said, oofa. Either both players are off, we wrote this too hard, where's it going to go? And then it was basically both teams caught lightning in a bottle, started taking off. It was an overall incredible match. A little bit removed. I wonder, Dylan, overall, your thoughts looking back on it now after the match was done. I think it's always like a thing once a match is done, like if I done this different, if I did change this, if I could have done that, maybe something would have been different. But how are you feeling post? Because we filmed that probably a month or so ago at this point.
Probably
Yeah, it was a little while ago. Definitely not nearly as recent as the singles title match, which was literally recorded like 2 days before it was uploaded. So that was funny. But yeah, with the teams one, it was like, yeah, you saw it in my post match where I was like pretty devastated because of how in the lead we were at one point, and we kind of just let it slip away from us. But I knew in the moment though that I would look back on the match more fondly because it was a great match and I was happy to be a part of it. A match that was that good. So that was something. And yeah, when it actually dropped, I was like, I watched it a few times over because I think, like, yeah, obviously it sounds very masturbatory me saying this because I played in it, but it is. I do think it is a really great match, and I'm happy to be a part of it. But yeah, just kicking myself over betting because I should have bet 1 extra point on 90s, and that would have sealed the deal. But it is what it is.
I'm going to ask, like, you two are like high tier players, obviously, because in the final match you have that. You both have played with managers and without managers, and I think there's a call between like, are they necessary in the game and are they not necessary in the game? Do you think if anybody else was in your camp at that point in time, or Jeremy was more assertive on his call, do you think somebody telling you like you can do like bet this, would you have changed your strategy, or when you had that lead, were you pretty just confident with riding the course where you were at?
Yeah, I think the lead had something to do with it, where it was like I didn't want to like lose it completely, even though we still would have had the lead, even if it was a 4-point swing on that 90s question. But yeah, it was the thing because it was 80s and then 90s right back to back, and we basically had the same discussion on both of them. Where we're like, it's literally decades, so you have no idea what could possibly show up within that decade, whether it's a movie you really like or a movie you didn't like. But we knew that because of how accurate they are and how good their stats were, that they were probably going to bet and hit on them. So we knew we had to bet something. So we just went with one. But honestly, going up against a team like that is a strategic error because like you should just try to match them with your betting and then hope they get the question right. So yeah, maybe if we had a manager, maybe they would have been able to convince us. But yeah.
Payson, you as a player, you as the host of that match, your overall thoughts as it was going down?
Yeah, that was one of the most electric matches to watch as a host. For one, it was awesome during that match. I only commented after that my internet did not have a single issue during that match, which was really happy because I was the only major host hosting that team's match. But no, watching that betting round and watching both that title match and Kirk versus Dylan, that sort of showed me like, hey, look, if you're in the lead during a betting round, the worst thing you can do is just start putting zeros, specifically if you are hitting questions, because that is the easiest way to give a player a pathway to get back in. And I know we aren't talking about the singles title match right now. That influenced my decision of like, hey, when we get to round 4, a 0 does not go on that board. I just told myself before the match, I am not putting a 0. It is 2 and 1. I am not letting a 2-point swing happen.
That's fair. I will say, with the 2-bit categories that we bet 0 on, though, with that being family and scores and soundtracks, we did not feel good about those categories at all. So
yeah, and I think that's a breakdown. Like overall, Payson and Jake overall this season kind of changed how the game a little bit has been played, with like no strengths and just relying on general knowledge and just seeing where that takes them. So I think that's kind of like a game aspect, which I will come to an announcement later that I came to this, what I'm going to release in the off season for all players. But I haven't even told the 2 main runners of this. It's just something that hit me. I can just say it now. Basically, what I'm going to do is if these 2 will know better than probably anybody. Maybe Mark will know. I just don't like to give anybody an advantage in the game. I like to have everybody on an even playing field. Like when I think of changes that come to the game, I think of every player. I don't think of the top tier. I don't think of the bottom tier. I think of if the lower, I want to create an advantage where everybody has the chance to win on any playing field possible. So there's basically not like it's not intentional by any means, but we just haven't ever adjusted it. All my writers and everything, we have an outline of how we go about like writing matches, and like we know the fine tunes of like where we think things should be and like what it is. Now, if you watch our matches, you can kind of get the guidelines of that we follow, but I'm going to have a document put out to like where, like how we decide on like, there will be different decades. There will be some data. There will be so overall, so every player knows what to expect in every match going into it. Because I'm not saying that we have a distinct advantage because we know how the game is written, because if you watch it, you can pick up on it yourself. I just want everybody to be able to go to something and be like, yep, okay, round 4, if I ever get to a championship round, how do they decide how round 4 goes? Like, what's the difficulty level am I facing? Like, what do they look at? We have had those conversations, but players don't. So just to keep the even feel around it. I think that's fair in general. And again, if you're playing in a title match or any
Absolutely.
other match going forward and you have those questions that you're about to be setting up a green room, feel free to ask. We will answer them. We don't, it's not like a chef's secret. We will tell you. It's just, we've never really been asked. And it was hitting me when these two were playing. Like, oh, if this was two other people, like how would they, like Dylan would know how round 4 is supposed to go. Payson knows how round 4 is probably supposed to, like he even said, that data hasn't come up yet in the championship match. So that's why I'm betting it this way. Some players just generally not playing. Like, I didn't even think there may be a data. I don't know that. Maybe I assume it, So that's going to be released this offseason. I just wanted to keep the game as fair as possible. But overall, incredible match. The only thing I'm mad about Dylan in general is he kept Caleb Coho to have a belt in my league yet again. That sucks. Joseph, you should write it off on your taxes this year because you definitely are doing charity. No, I'm just kidding. He's played really well this season. Coho's played really well. He's turned a corner. I think Joseph brings the best out in Coho because I don't think Coho wants to disappoint Joseph while playing, so he goes the extra mile to make sure he tries his best and studies the best he can on certain things. So I think that's really good. But overall, fantastic match. Then we'll get to the heavy hitter. 2 days before it was edited and released. By the way, not the hardest match, hardest video to edit involving you two that I did this exact week. That first, the teams tournament video that's coming out, that was by far the hardest edit I've ever edited in my life. It will be released after this video goes live, but we'll discuss that later. But yeah, you guys played. Wow. The wheel hated you both. That was an interesting turn of it. My favorite edit of the season I put in happened in this match as well. But yeah, I don't know. I can't remember the last time a match happened where both players spun the wheel twice and it landed on the same slice for each player, same slice back to back. I thought Mark rigged the wheel to make that happen. I didn't know. It was weird. But overall, Dylan stealing some mystery thrillers probably had Payson somewhat, I wouldn't say nervous, but okay, the mystery thrillers clearly didn't go the way that I wanted it to go. Overall, Payson, what was your relief feeling once you saw it land on Oscars twice for Dylan on the other side?
I thought this game is back to equal playing field. I knew I did think I was probably.
Hey, when you catch up to this, leave and come back. You were really breaking. Overall, your thoughts. Mystery thriller came, Dylan.
Yeah.
You heard the questions. You stole 3 of them. 3 for, I think, 1 point. So you were like, damn it. I really wish I got that spin.
Yeah.
But, and then you kind of said in the match, but overall, your thoughts when you landed on Oscars and be like, man, I could have, if I got a certain category, I could have put a distance between this now. Yeah. And I will say, correct me if I'm wrong, I think there was a little bit more points that you could have gotten in that Oscar round because I think you knew 1-4-2.
There was 1.
Yeah, the original screenplay, I think that you would have gotten another point on that. So you seem to improve in Oscars in some levels of the game. And then overall, your thoughts, though, when it came up.
Yeah, so here's the thing. This is the best wheel I've ever had, going into a title match. Where I had literally seen all of the movies in both of his strength categories that he put on the wheel. The only slice that I didn't want was Oscars. So when I was able to pick up those steals in mystery thriller, and I was like, damn, I would have done really well in that category. I was like, okay, the odds are pretty good in my favor as long as I don't get Oscars. I could be able to pull away here. And then Oscars came up, and I was like, well, at least he's only up by 2, so I can try to. If I go to multiple choice on all of them, he won't be able to at least pull away by too much, But yeah, I feel pretty good about how it will end. I mean, I got 4 out of 10, which is not great, but it was still enough to get a tie coming out of round number 2, so I consider that a win. But yeah, it was fun talking to Payson afterwards because it was like we were both like, "Damn, I really wanted the questions that you got round 2."
Overall, Payson, you said the game was back to even because the Oscars go from there.
Yeah, the second Oscars was fun. My hope wasn't that he was going to bomb the category because I didn't think he was going to do that because I know how good of a player Dylan is, and he doesn't give up when certain things are shown, when a certain hand is dealt. Honestly, the thing I was hoping was he would go multiple a lot, even on questions that he thought he might know, because he was unsure that a 2-point steal might happen, which talking to him afterwards, I think that is what happened. Funny thing about our round 2 spins, Dylan, correct me if I'm wrong. If you had the lead, you would have deferred and gone second. So regardless of what happened, I was going to get Mystery Thriller. He was going to get Oscars, which is kind of
yeah, because I know Payson likes to spin first. Spin second, so I'm like, okay, well, it's just going to play out that way regardless.
Yeah, that was overall where I thought the game was interesting. And then we got to the deep cut rounds, which no shocker to anybody. You both sweep the deep cuts in that area. I think you both are considered really high deep cut players. No worry, Joseph. I haven't officially banned deep cuts yet. I do have the power. I want that on the record right now. I have the power to do it. I handle things that are more of a diplomatic situation than just iron fist. So overall, no, it will not be gone at this point. But
I will say, Cody, I'm not sure if you care. This is my first time playing with only 2 deep cut movies instead of 4. Big difference on the load, and it's nowhere near as mentally strenuous as it used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I overall just choose we always that's the one thing that I will say about our team is that it's honestly just a creative effort. I normally come out with some ideas, they poke holes in them, and either we go with it or not. They come with different stuff. I think that was one of the best changes that we overall made. I will just say this on the next category in round 4. Which hindsight's 2020 on this. This is the hardest round to write when the 2 players that exclusively write this round are playing in this round. I don't I wish I could have subbed in a round and be like, oh, by the way, and I don't think there was a problem with the questions. I don't think there was a problem with the overall questions.
Yeah.
But it was what I spent the most time staring at, thinking, overthinking, over trying to analyze, making sure everything was, because I knew there was such potential for big swings, which there was. But overall, I think that was just how the cookie crumbled on the questions. But yeah, it was a overall a tough round when your 2 main people that you trust to do this round are sitting out of it, and then you have to trust them with it. So it was an overall interesting. Dylan, you had your hand raised at some point. Do you want to say something?
Yeah, because I did want to say because I think looking back on it, the questions in that round, except for maybe the last one, I think was a bit too hard for it. The other 4 were completely fine. Again, it was Easy A is just one the one that I haven't seen, and I think Payson hit every other question. So it was
I didn't hit the Nashville one because I was overthinking it, but at the same time, it's a music.
Right, you still got 4 out of 5 though.
Yeah.
And yeah, even the Swamp of Sadness from Neverending Story was one where I was I was trying to get the Bog of Eternal Stench out of my mind. Different movie, but I knew it was something kind of similar to that, like bog or swamp. And so when I heard Swamp of Sadness, I was like, "Fuck, that's it." So yeah, they were fair questions. Yeah, behind the scenes, I was a bit salty because I was doing poorly, but that's all it is. I didn't mean any of what I said.
Yeah, I edited after the first question of the one of round 1, but I don't know what the hell's going on.
That was rough.
Yeah. Overall, yeah, but you guys overall played it as well. I gave a whole message to the crew before it. I said I would rather go easy in this match than go too hard, because I just don't want to put on a bad match. Like overall, I'd be like, if you think this question's too hard, then just make sure they're balanced with everything else. And then overall, round 5 kind of just futtered out because there was such a difference. And we're looking at the betting round, seeing what maybe we can improve or something, because we don't want like constant like 9-point gaps going into, or 10 or whatever the point may, into round 5. We want to be able to, whatever round we want in between it, we want it to be, and if that's just 0 and 1, that's an option that we can definitely look at. Like I wouldn't see that big of a thing. Maybe just 2 of the questions of the round you can only fire 2 at. I don't know, but we'll look into everything.
It is something that, because there's been some lopsided title matches recently, and the common factor with all of them is they've been close going into round number 4 and then not close coming out of it.
Yeah, in an ideal situation, I want every title match to end at the 4-pointer. Like every match I want to end at the 4-pointer, if we were being 100% honest. But it's just something we have to overall look at and adjust. And like I'm not so set in my ways that I love this round so much that I want it in there, that if it's affecting the game, that we'll need to overall look at it. Because I think Jake first, Dylan kind of swayed on that. Did Kirk first you, was that swayed at all?
It
could have been, but Kirk, it was a similar situation with Bring Out Your Dead and whatchamacallit, The Future, where one team had
trash talk
big
your opponents,
lead, and then they bet 0.
Start playing 0.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll look in the off season. Nothing will change moving to the final Act 5. Everything will be as they are currently. But I think that will be enough time to look at everything and be like, okay, we need to make some changes, or if it's just for maybe they're just outliers. But we look at everything. But overall, congratulations, Payson. The Triple Crown thing is not a real stat. No, just kidding. But congratulations. You have completed something that is very impressive. You survived trios all last year. You survived. You've been an insane teams player. And personally, no offense, when just like in sports or in everything, when you are good in one area, but you can't do it by yourself, you get labeled as like one of the best teams players ever, but you always had the potential to be a really great singles player. Things would come up, gaps would happen, strength problems, which you kind of threw away strengths at some point, which was an interesting move, but hey, if it's not working, get the hell out of here. And then you overall was able to achieve it. So you saw the passion on your face. We all talked to you after the match once the cameras went off. The excitement did not go down. So overall, how are you feeling? Only a couple days removed, but you are our Melee singles champion. So how are you feeling?
Yeah, I'll keep this short because I think I left everything in the post review. I just feel really honored to have won that belt, and I'm happy that I did it playing against someone I respect and love as much as Dylan. I think you know this, Cody. My favorite wrestler of all time is Shawn Michaels. He was the first ever Grand Slam champion. Feels good to be the first ever Triple Crown champion, even though you say it's not a real thing. I will respect that.
It's fair. No, it's kind of like records and stuff. Like we talked about points record and triple threat match, like different things matter. Trios is just what it is. Like it's overall, some will say like, are you the real trios champion if you've never won the World Cup? Like that will just be, you won this like makeshift bullshit. You never beat us twice, so did it really count? We were just forced into our own situations.
I mean, you guys were the cocky ones, and you threw away your belt completely willingly. You threw away your extra shot completely willingly, right?
Yeah, thank you so much for those quotation marks. Still challenging ramen in my head just to have a shot at getting the match closer. It was 100% my fault. as a player, I said this to Dylan after he won. A guy that cares so much about this league and put so much work into it. I know that. You always say like, put somebody else that cares about this league more than me and Dylan. Me. I'm terrible at trivia, and I still do this shit. So that's impressive. But no, you care so much. This fuels you beyond, and to you to carry the brand. You will do it justice as long as you have a censorship put on your mouth that you don't say crazy ass shit. Because Dylan was a PR dream. He is not going to do anything. You could show your ass on the top of a taxi and just be like losing your mind and be like, I work for Melee. Also, go ahead.
Genuinely, thank you for editing it so quickly because before this match was even set up, I texted Dylan and I was like, hey, regardless of whether I win or lose, I want to remember the 21st night of September. So we were fairly set on the date.
Wow, that's what we decided. Cool. Dude, I'm so happy we did that. Because let me tell you, if you needed that,
it was only for us too. Like it literally.
I
aired
could
on,
have
like,
found
the
a song
24th,
lyric. I could have
23rd.
found a song lyric that was closer in September, but that's fine. I was like, man, guys, you really are pushing to the wire. Fine, but no. Now that I know that, I hate you guys even more. But that's fair. Act 4 decided our trios, correct?
Yes, it did. We know every single trios team that will be in the tournament.
Oh man, you guys want to talk about how big of a gaffe that us as leadership made? I think I edited it out of the match, but
Talk about that.
fair enough. There was a team, Robert, Jake Marangoni,
Okay.
and I'm gonna say it. They have every right to. I do not fault them. We put in the rule books point differential as the number one tiebreaker on things. They looked at the scenario and were like, hey, if we hit this 4-pointer, isn't it just better if we throw this like at the end to get a better seeding? Like, and I was like, I don't blame you for thinking that option. We just should have never created that loophole for them.
There's never any bigger moment where I was like, I wish I would have read the rules of how trios work more carefully, or else I would have instantly said point differential being the top tiebreaker makes no sense.
Right. In my head, when I was happening, I was like, oh, well, we do this. That makes somewhat sense. Like, point differential, there could be some blowouts. Like, if you're blowing out teams and having a high score, why shouldn't your point differential? Like, yeah, you...
This is the thing.
you
Mother Knows Best. Mother Knows Best just blew fucking Bulletproof Monks out of the water. Sorry to bring that up. They had a 10-point lead coming out of round number 2. And it ended up being a 1-point differential in the end. So one point differential means nothing.
Correct.
Yeah.
I think
we did it because of soccer, because that is how they do it, and we let's just implement everything they do. Accuracy makes more sense in the world of movie trivia. It just does.
Yeah.
So. The only way you can make point differential make sense is if you say, okay, every single unanswered question that another team had is immediately added to their score. Like, that is the only way you can make them. But then it's like, well, because certain questions might be missed and stuff, so even then that doesn't really count. It was a stupid mistake.
Yes. Yeah. But overall, teams came, teams died. I threw my entire team under the bus for a short edit, and I do not care. I said we have to go for KOs, or we wouldn't have made it anyways. So why waste all our time in round 5 and having them go through and pick and blah, blah, blah. So we just threw everything. It is one of my favorite moments overall of the year is when it's like, they ask the question and like, if they answer this for anything, for 1 point, we will go to round 3. I was like, oh, isn't that a shame? Like, we're only getting this for 2. We missed it. So it is what it is. But overall, I absolutely love how trios turned out this season. I thought last year's trios was fun.
Mm-hmm.
This year was even better, in my opinion. You guys can go ahead and talk since you both were heavily involved in trios.
Yeah, I wanted match I wanted to shout out in particular. I believe it was definitely the last one we filmed of the group stage. I think it was the last one uploaded too, but it was Soul Glow versus Devil's Advocates.
Really good.
It was an incredible match, like just very back and forth, high scoring, and like just intense all the way through, even down to like the announcement of the winner at the end. That was great. And yeah, apologies to Devil's Advocates because there was some confusion in the post-match interview, which I created because I realized looking back on it that I announced both teams at the beginning for being tied for first, which was not the case. They were tied for second. So they were playing for the last spot. So apologies.
That match I edited right before you guys' match, like the weekend, and that match is up there for match because when you go into it and you're like, oh, well, they're gonna. It's horror at the end, so regardless, they're gonna win probably. And then for John to admit, but then they were so confident in shoes or shirts or whatever it was, and then and John hates that movie apparently, so it just added fuel to that. So it was a match that I didn't see coming at all, but it was really good.
Yeah, it was fantastic. And Mark, shout out to Mark. He got his first perfect round. Let's go.
Mark,
He did.
we love Mark Machado over here. That match is great. I also just think like the story of Mother Knows Best in the tournament was really fun. Of like, they lose their first match, they tie their second match, and they get called out by the people they're going to play in their final match. Where Coho and Will Cohen say, we're gonna destroy these weaklings under the palm of our hands, and then watching Mother Knows Best like fairly like easily defeat them was very satisfying. Not just not as a showrunner, but as a watcher. Like I really love Coho as a person, but watching him dish out this trash talk and then have it served back to him was really funny.
Oh, there's no better feeling.
And a couple other things to highlight. I think off Broadway, coming off of their match that they had against Dammit Kaiser, where they looked like world beaters. Like it was like an insanely just high scoring, dominant performance from them. I think they were like considered like the favorite in their qualifier match against Juice Plus One. And Juice Plus One ended up winning that match pretty easily. Like they won on their 3-pointer, which is very impressive. So that was a huge win. Also, NAFTA went up against. We referenced that match, Pricks on Flicks before, where like that was the point differential thing that we came across. But like for NAFTA, like to then beat Pricks on Flicks, who is like I think considered the scariest team in that group. And they had lost both their matches previously, then weren't on the board yet, and like they ended up not being able to qualify into the tournament stage, not the tournament stage. What's it called? The knockout stage. But they still beat like the scariest team and put up a shit ton of points as well. That was really cool as well. It's a bummer that we didn't get to see more of that team because I think that they were definitely there were a few teams in Group B that I think. Like could have gone very far in the knockout stage, but overall Trios has been a blast this year.
Trios is great, and also had one of my favorite moments while hosting during Off Broadway and Juice Plus One. I won't say it, but one of the joys while hosting is watching Cody's reactions backstage, and something happened during that where me, Mark, and Cody were just trying to keep it in as best as we could.
I mean, Andrew Barr, my teammate, was going to answer businessman for what profession?
What profession? A businessman.
And I was cammed on backstage and like, do it. Please answer businessman.
I am saying this right now as a host. If you say businessman when we're asking for profession, you're not even getting a. Can you be more specific? I'm sorry.
You're losing. And my partner also helped tried to cheat in our teams match that we had this off. Like, he literally tried to give me a hint on one of the questions, which I had the correct answer down. I had to literally erase it because I didn't want, if that would have fueled me to get the point, even though I had that did not help me, just want everybody on the record, but I had to erase it. So, and we had a sudden death. My God, our team is so flipping bad. So bad. Well, I'm so bad.
You got the win.
Raj.
You did win. Also,
1-1. Let's go.
Cody's bearing the lead. This act, we saw the debut of Avanti Brothers and, more importantly, the Delco Boys. Like, that's great.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, Delco Boys literally punched us in the face for 2 rounds. It was fun. And then the F word league that we don't talk about anymore, their greatest team ever came over and just kicked the shit out of that, almost kicked the shit out of us, because I knew they were going to spend their strength, but we knew that was going to happen. They ended up doing it. Talking in the works, Bond has got to go. Like, are we talking? Like, Bond has got to go. It's literally something with that wheel. It has got to be like British or something. I don't know. Like, it's horrible.
Side is owned by British.
By the way, there's an undermined moment. Tom versus Albert. Literally, Tom wants to challenge something, and Spence goes, well, that'd be really petty of us. And Spence to say that something would be petty so we can't do it is one of the most laughable things I've ever seen in my life. Spence would pull the trigger on anything petty at any point. And this time, moral compass, because it was Albert, I guess? I don't know, but that was crazy to me. I laughed when I was editing it. Anything else from Act 4 that you want to discuss before we preview Act 5?
Yeah. So we had, for one, this was Kirk Kowalkowski's last run. Legend of the game. Want to give him his flowers. He ended up retiring after his match against Payson. God, that bastard Payson retiring players left, right, and center. It's ridiculous.
True. You're done too. I forgot about that.
I'm never gonna live this down.
But yeah, just like to talk a bit about his season so far. Like, obviously, he's still got teams. We'll break that down later. But like, this has been the best season that we've seen out of Kirk. So I am sad to see him go. But like, to go out like with one of your last games pitching a literal perfect round against Rue, which also happened this act. He didn't check down to multiple choice. He didn't miss a question. It was like perfect all the way through.
Impressive all time.
Yeah. What a way to go out. A legendary career from Kirk. So yeah, shout out to him.
Yeah, absolutely. And yes, Dylan is taking a step back from singles as well. So we lost 2 overall great players in singles, but they're gone but not forgotten. Would Tom have won that challenge?
What was the challenge again?
Challenge again.
Russia was the answer.
Oh, Russia versus USSR.
Soviet Union, but the film was released in a certain time frame, like that wouldn't have been accepted. It would have he probably would have won begrudgingly from our side overall. But we understand the challenge.
Yeah.
We appreciate the challenge not happening, but yeah, I think we would look up when the Soviet Union was in establishment and when it wouldn't be, and the context, and would have thrown the question out. I would
recommend to any player, if you're going to put Soviet Union as an answer, just erase it and put Russia. Like,
Russia overall covers everything.
Yes.
Soviet Union covers a time frame, so just do that.
What about Prussia?
No.
Go.
Okay.
Okay, so Act 5.
Yep.
Big thing about Act 5. There will be a video dropping right after this at 9 EST for our team's tournament. I will just say it's a pick'em. The first ever team's pick'em. It's happening. 16 teams enter. And they all decide. That editing of that video is nowhere near my best work ever. But Pace and Dylan gave me really no shots.
Thinking back on it, yeah, we really didn't.
It's nothing wrong with what they did. They just had they treated it as like a solid live video the entire time, and then I was supposed to make cuts, and finding cut spots is very difficult in that video. So it's not our best work, but they're there. You'll see all the teammates, you'll see everybody pick, you see everybody talk. There's literally a moment that it's the loudest sound that has ever come out of Payson's mouth that I completely edit, and he hops back in and just starts talking that makes no sense to the video. But I saved everybody's ear, so you can take that for what it is. But all the matchups are there. Overall, yeah, that will be starting directly next week, Monday. Those matches will be out. We're heading towards trios finals. That will be at Final Act. We also in this act have a number one contender match set up for Jake Meltzer's situation following next year. He will play next year with there will be a triple threat of players. That will also be at the Final Act. We are heading towards the Final Act. The singles tournament is basically what we told Payson at the end. There's a lot of people involved. I will list them quickly-ish of who's all involved. It is Coho versus Adelaide Spence, John Marr versus Eric Moreno, Nazar, that's next week. And then people from the tournament from the summer will come into it. So Tisdall's in it, Marangoni's in it, Redshaw's in it. Then you got Jeremy and Joseph are in the picture. And then all of that pushed together gets to the picture to get to Payson Johnson at the end of the year. There'll be 4 matches from Melee at the Final Act. There will be 2 matches from Brawl at the Final Act. We will have 6 total matches at Final Act this year. Again, I've said this multiple times this season. Where the season started, didn't know how long it'd go, what we'd do, how we were able to recover from everything. I really like where we currently are. I think this is the best our channel's been in a really long time. Everybody we have working on both sides of the aisle working really well together. We're just all in lockstep. It's really good. We have fun things coming all over the channel. So I really like where our channel is heading right now. Without giving things away, what are you looking forward to most in Act 5 for you guys? Because again, I want this on the record. If I tell you you're done for the season, it is not because you're bad, not because we want you not to play anymore, because you're like, what? I have 3 more months. No, you technically don't, because we're done soon. Peek behind the curtain, finish matches left on the clock, for us.
I'm counting in my head right now.
That's fine. I think it's around that range. We are very close to being done. My plan was I sat with Payson and Dylan and Mark and be like, I want to give writers the biggest break and I want to give players the biggest. We're 7 matches away from us being completely finished.
Yeah.
And there's some filming, I think, tomorrow. So we're about to race 2 of them, so we'll be down to 5. So we're working really hard to just get finished. Hopefully you guys enjoy it, being able to spend time with your families and stuff this holiday season where you don't have to worry about, oh my god, I gotta watch pre-code horror or whatever or some bullshit. So you don't have to do any of that. But your guys' thing looking into Act 5.
Go ahead.
I think a lot of the tournament matches in both the teams tournament and the trios, specifically the trios tournament, all the trios matches we filmed so far, I'll just say the vast majority of them are excellent matches. We've had some really fun teams matches, a lot of fun call outs. It's really fun. You're gonna be able to see 8 matchups. 7 of those are going to be surprises, because I really wonder who Back to Formula is going to be picking. And then, we've also had some, like Jeremy versus Joseph is a dream match, and spoiler, that match already filmed. It really lived up to the hype, and I would recommend everyone check that match out.
Yeah, very excited I've been bringing up trios a lot. I just think it's so much fun. But it's been, obviously, we do one trios championship match, for the entire year, because it's sort of like a World Cup thing that we're doing. So it's been a while since we had 6 people play in a 5-round match. So I'm excited for that. Should be a fun one. And Yeah, it's they're looking at the teams that are in this teams tournament. Like it is like stacked. Like we got like I can't remember like what the stat is for like most former like champions in one teams tournament, but like it's you look at like all the teams there, it's like it's crazy. But yeah, I mean, so there's some wild cards in there too, like some rookie teams like Avanti's coming in 2-0. I'm excited to see how they'll do. Yeah, back to Formula. They've been gone for a while because they played it like for the title earlier in the year. So I'm excited to see what they do when they return. Judgment City playing a 3-round match. What's that going to look like? Because we haven't seen them play a 3-rounder since like 2023. So it'll be interesting to see what they do there. So yeah, there's a lot of question marks in that tournament for how it's going to go. So I'm excited to see how it all plays out.
And of course, like thinking about like the singles pick'em, Joseph had the first pick this year, and he called out me, which I don't want to sound egotistical. Feels like a fairly like ballsy pick. It'll be very interesting to see if Judgment City continues that momentum of like, do you just pick the easy team or do you go for someone to just immediately like knock off that is like on your level? And I think it's gonna be very interesting.
I mean, as long as
by the way, are both valid options.
Yeah,
we made the pick'em team, so we made the pick'em tournament. So it's like we can't fault people for who they pick.
Yeah, overall, you get to pick, like if we did this 1 through 16, like they would play an easy road if they want to do an easy road after being in title matches and stuff. Like that would be 100% fair. But yeah, overall great tournament that we have coming up. Overall, any questions that you have for well, thanks Video Store for that. The video is coming out literally at the end of this, so appreciate you. But yeah,
it's fine.
I still just why the fuck like just.
While we wait for questions, I just want to like.
Do we want to remove that comment or?
It's just whatever at this point. Go ahead.
While we wait for other questions, I just a couple things I wanted to clarify because I don't know if we ever made like a full like formal announcement of some things, but there were like some rules that we changed throughout the year that I just like want that were updated on the website, but I don't think we ever made a full formal announcement. So I want to just clarify that here. So for genres, one of them for like the genre if you want like 80s horror or something like that for your strength. Or like something with a genre tag on it. We used to do it by IMDb, and that was it. If it had the genre tag on IMDb, then it counts. If it doesn't, then it doesn't count. We've switched that to now it's either IMDb or Letterboxd. If it has one of those genres on either of those, then it qualifies. So definitely, everyone, if you have a strength built around a specific genre with only a certain number of movies in it. Because of other qualifiers, definitely look more into that. So that because there might be some films that you could be leaving out. Also, I can't remember the other one that I was thinking of, but I'll leave it at that and try to remember it.
Yeah, that is something very important. We are also looking to revamp how strengths are like what classifies, like what you can make a strength. Like overall, we're trying to maybe loosen those reins, but those will be revealed next year or at the end of this year's video. I've had some messages like how sorry Dylan, sorry Payson, not to put you back into the firing squad or anything, but the conversations of like Oscars and stuff like that, like has anything been decided on any of those? As they sit right now, everything that I put on the thing, Spinners and Opponent's Choice will remain, and Oscars will remain. Like none of that has been decided or moved. I have not been persuaded by a large majority of like an exodus of the people that say like we really want it gone. I put up the poll. It was 50-50. It was literally almost more 60-40 for keeping Oscars. So that's enough for the fan base. That's after I eliminated a lot of family votes.
Yeah.
So
Another thing I just remembered because you brought up Oscars. So we've had some inconsistencies with this in the past, but moving forward, we're going to stick to this. If you draft a category in round 3, it will not come up in one of the randomized categories in round 2. So, like, let's say if you hate the Oscars and you're going up against someone who also doesn't like the Oscars, and you're pretty confident they won't pick it as their general category, you can draft Oscars in round 3, and then there is no chance it'll come up in round 2. Then, worst case scenario, you just have to answer like a 1-pointer in round 3 if you get stuck with it, even. So, yeah, there's that.
yeah. So if you're confident to hit a 1-pointer in Oscars, you can prevent 10 total points of Oscars in round 2. So that is a scenario that you.
I feel like the most times that comes into play for strategy is in title matches where, like, in round 4, you'll see, like, a lot of players just select, like, and I'll just put, like, Westerns in round 5, so that way Westerns is off the randomizer or just something. Because obviously, if you select a category in a title match, that's not going to be one of the 5 general categories that can show up for round 4.
Kirk, you're such a scumbag.
I put Oscars in round 5 against Kirk just because I didn't want it showing up in round 4.
Cody,
I missed a very, very easy question. So
you get a partner
that
that's good at if you get a partner that's good at Oscars, people turn really quick on how bad they hate Oscars.
No, I need the Predator meme of Mark Menchaca, Kirk Kolakowski. Oscars are good, actually.
No, right? That's exactly it. If you put Kirk and Mark as a team in Melee, they're voting Oscars out. They get Redshaw and Marangoni as their partners. I don't see the problem, guys. What's wrong with it? But overall, any other questions you have for So 2015's Macbeth is now eligible in Action Avenger. Is that real because it's on Letterboxd? Is that?
If it is, that's really funny.
That's hilarious. Well, restart the match. Bring him back. Let's
No,
go.
it's not. It's war drama. War drama.
Oh, dang it! I just love like Action Adventure in Lady in Macbeth. Excuse me. What'd you say? Yeah, any other questions you guys have? Yeah, we're getting near the end. Again, in 7 minutes, that video will drop, showing all the pick'ems. I put all the matchups, all the dates that they will come out. So they're there. Other things that are coming. I'm also, I don't know if I can say this. I'm workshopping film hot takes in a different direction. Not like I like how the show's going, but I'm working on retooling it a little bit. Still call-in portion. There will still be a call-in portion, but I am retooling it. I'm trying to figure out because, like...
I mean, episode 2, we had someone say 47 meters down after the 22-minute mark is better than anything Jaws has. We can't
We've
talk...
peaked. We've peaked.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but yeah, that's fair. As talked to Kirk, after it, he said they have sharks. That's about as far as the similarities stop. And then Mike and me were like, well, there's a boat and there's water probably, right? So, but doesn't know what the hell that was taking. And yeah, the best comment was like a comment, not like a actual take. So kind of like considered like a panel, kind of like debating topics, like we debate out and then still have a portion to come in and like conversate still. Lynn was a good one. Lynn being a one-trick pony, that's pretty on those. TV Chronicles is still heating up. We're about to end Sopranos, Mad Men, and Shield. We're about to start Succession, The Leftovers, and True Detective.
I love
That'll be our.
Will you ever consider doing Twin Peaks?
Isn't Twin Peaks like a 1-season show?
It's like 3 seasons.
Oh, 3? Yeah, we would definitely consider it. I
think you'd
That's a-
hate it, but it'd be interesting.
That's fair. That's a Matt level. Matt would recommend that. That's probably why he hasn't picked it up yet. He normally just brings shit to make me question my sanity, but
Cody, hear me out. Have you ever heard of the show called Yellowstone?
to go talk to Mark Menchaca about Yellowstone.
What about America's Funniest Home Videos?
Fuck yeah. That's one of the TV shows I would know to talk about. Brawl is still continuing. Brawl they'll probably do their own recap near the end, but they're still the heat of the tournament. I am so jealous of them most times because I see like one match. I'm like, the dream. Well, we have 5 a week, but they're building up. They're working. I've talked to them about their plans next season. They're really excited for that stuff. Just one correction: we did not acquire like 500 stones from the video, the music show. We helped them use our StreamYard because they don't have their own StreamYard, and why not? Like it's very expensive to do StreamYard. It just really is. So like, I just rather help my friends out if I have it and we can use it and we can add destination. We only do our one channel, so as long as it doesn't interfere. It did stream on here. We did remove it after, but they're going to be on their own channel. They're just going to use our StreamYard.
Definitely check it out. It was a great show.
Yeah, great show.
Like the whole time, yeah.
I absolutely love them, but I want them to have the freedom to do what they want to do and not under like us over here. Unless at some point they ever wanted to come, then we can figure all that out. But
and I'll be honest, I genuinely think Coho destroyed that draft. Like I think he was far and away had the best picks.
Yeah, I looked at all of it, and then I found out there were rules behind it of what they could pick, so it's pretty interesting. Rue is still with us because when he screwed up the rules, I said like death, like he should have been flogged. Like what? Don't break rules. I do want to do more drafts. I do have an announcement.
Oh,
Special announcement. Get ready. No. We are doing. I have an off-season project. It's going to be hosted by my main host. If you like round ones, get in contact with Payson, Dylan, myself, one of us. Just tell us you're interested in it. It will only take like 10 minutes max of your time, probably less, to be honest with you. I'm going to make it kind of rapid fire. I'm going to try to get done of these pretty quickly because, again, the thing I want to do time-wise. But overall, I want to do some fun stuff in the off-season. And then if you want to do that, come message us because, yeah, we got some things cooking.
you could say one round, you know the rules.
God, I hate everything of it. We should to you like what? Like I watched pro wrestling in the '90s. Vince McMahon, you should just take that fucking belt off and be like, I'm giving it to him.
I saw his eyes wandering like off to one side of the screens. I don't know.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. Where's
the announcement, everybody?
Cody, real quick. My mom's calling me in my studio apartment. Can I go?
Stop it. Technical foul. 500
I did
subscribers.
I did it.
500 subscribers will release the footage. No, I'm just kidding. But overall, yeah. But no, if you're interested in doing that, we have some also in the off season. Like we talked about, like doing live watch-alongs. We've been doing some other fun stuff. So there's a lot that we can actually do on this channel. The amount of stuff we can do on this channel is endless. We can do fun things. So if you got some fun things, hit me up. I'm always open to do some interesting stuff here. What else? Anything else? Any other questions you guys got? Anything else? I used to be an action adventure on Letterboxd in 2020. Yes, it did. That was very true.
I don't know what he means, but fair.
That's a part of the challenge. Like it was, I think it was a joke hitting him back. That's why it was in the category it was in that match. There's a new Paul not Paul W.S. Anderson, Paul Thomas Anderson movie out right now. Has anybody seen it? Good?
I unshockingly to you, Cody, I
Thank you.
I loved it. Yeah.
Do you think
I
I'll
don't
like
go to
it?
theaters often, but I'm probably going to be going tomorrow.
Will. Cody, I genuinely think you will. I don't think you will be maybe as over the moon as I was, but I think you will really enjoy it.
Yeah, I've looked back at his filmography. I'm very 50-50. Like, I don't. There Will Be Blood, I think, is an absolutely like perfect film. So like, I have no. It's grittier. It looks grittier and a little bit actiony. So like crime aspect. So I'm more on board. The runtime scared the shit out of me, but I think it will be fun.
I'm halfway through a different 3-hour-long Paul Thomas Anderson movie, and let me tell you, it's pretty good so far.
Is it? What would call it the best movie of all time? It's somewhat.
Doing it. Am I doing it for a show?
Oh. I
maybe
should. I don't know if I don't. I'm part of that show. And like, I don't know how else to bring up hype for that show. Without like, I don't know when he would announce it. So, man, this is gonna fucking fire up some Oscar people. I'll tell you right fucking now. But if it helps, we watch the films.
They were better than the Academy.
Yeah, October 5th, right?
Yeah.
We're doing.
Yep.
October 5th, we are doing a live like draft like not even draft, but like nomination ceremony of the movies.
Did the Oscars? What if we did them right, if you will?
Yeah, 1999 films. We're doing that, so we're gonna look through back and nominate for Best Picture under the co-Oscar rules. So it is gonna go into like canon and stuff like that. People are gonna get a chance to vote on like stuff on the lower tier, I think. Maybe the higher tier. I don't know what he's decided, but that is coming the 5th. Full panel. We're planning on doing these like every quarter, basically. So I think the next one that we have picked out is in January. So like, we're not going to do them every month. We're going to spend some times with the films, watching them, making sure we're correct on them. We have a very diverse panel of people, like all different tastes in movies. Like anything's possible that could come up and argue.
Unfortunately, we're going by American release of all these films.
Correct.
Which means audition, sadly, does not count.
Stay off Letterboxd, Cody. Oh, for reviews? Okay, a lot of 5 stars. Cody. That's what that means.
Yeah.
It does.
What's Coho giving it?
Coho's not seen it yet.
Oh, okay, praise the Lord. Probably in his top 100. But on that, the video has already went live, so unless anybody has anything else, I think we're going to wrap for tonight. Thank you to Dylan. Thank you to Payson. Thank you to everybody that watches. Thank you to Ryko. Thank you to Eric.
Thank you to Eric. Genuinely the GOAT. And like, again, that thumbnail for the title match.
It was pretty cool, yeah. It was really cool.
Yeah. Thank you to Eric. Killed it on thumbnails. Thank you to Brian Michaels for helping me edit this season. I have 160 plus matches. He volunteered and just said, "Hey, whenever you need, whatever you need, I will be willing to help you." And that's just been a lifesaver for me.
He's had a lot of really funny edits in the ones that he does too. Like the one where the Coho knocks his hat off his head was great.
Yeah, he does a lot. He is really good at what he does, and I can't use him for everything, but when I do, it's like a special treat. So I appreciate when he helps. And then thank you to everybody that watches, comments, and subscribes. Like some videos, help us a little bit. We don't normally ask for that stuff a lot at the end of these videos, but I appreciate everybody for watching our stuff. And we'll be back. We'll be back after this in December for Final Act. So can't wait. We're almost there. Have a great time. See you when we see you.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
In case I don't see you.
I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife.